Whoa! Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Manmelter. Ooh, yes, I know, very strange. Basically, in the shotgun video, you might have heard that I said that I would like to make a video about all the flare guns. But there were some issues with that. One of them is that it would be 47 years long, and the other issue is that I don't want to make that. So instead, I'm just going to make one video about each of the flare guns, and then we'll have all of our opinions spread across a little series. And we're going to start with what I think is the worst flare gun. I think what everyone thinks is the worst flare gun, the Manmelter. Also, as you may notice, we're playing a payload map. I thought we'd be a bit different and not play Koth for a change. So, we're playing payload. Very, very nice. I don't play this map much, but when I do, I kind of like sitting back here and spamming flares. I know it's a bit of a bomb hole thing to do, but I like it. But I don't know how effective that's going to be with this of all weapons, so we'll see. Anyway, I hear you ask, Jack, why is the Manmelter the worst flare gun? What makes you say that? And I say, because it doesn't crit, and also has a very situational upside of you get crits for extinguishing people with it, but to extinguish, that means you're, oh god, I have been body shot for 150 damage, because sniper is a fun class, and is definitely, where's the dispenser? Where, sorry, where, scout, do you know where our dispenser is? No? Okay. Is there a medic? Hello? I need, that's their stickies, I thought that, there's a, why is it there? I'm not standing over there. I'm not going over there just for a dispenser. I will die before I use that dispenser. I will punish that man for his dispenser placement by not... I don't care what you want. By not using it. But anyway, yeah, see, it got destroyed. Haha. Oh, hello! But anyway, yeah, this thing has a very situational upside, which just isn't very good. I don't like weapons that are situational. It's why I like, you know, the degreaser and the detonator, because you can always swap quicker to your secondary. That's always going to be useful. And you can always detonate a jump about to close gaps and stuff. That's always useful as well. Sometimes having a 90 damage crit for extinguishing a man with your flare gun, I don't think that's very useful. So I don't use this thing. I think that's also why no one uses this thing, because why would you use a weapon that requires you to play different for a reward that the flare gun gives you for free by hitting your shots? I think that it's a very, very useless weapon. Also, hello, sir. What can I... Oh, hello, he has the loops. Yeah, so why would you use it? I'm using it with the full set. I have the flog and the... What is this called? I don't know what this is called, but I'm using it with this to try and prove that this weapon has some advantages. But, as you can see, we're playing payload, so it's not exactly... Payload's not exactly the best thing in the world for a flog pyro, because there's so much spam coming from so many different places that, you know, you kind of need the reflex and you need to be able to do stuff that every other flamethrower can, but at the same time, the flog does have its uses. It's used in Highlander a fair bit. Also, why he went very zoom? I think I'm going to extend this commentary to not just be about the Manmelter, and instead just be about the Grortbort Pyro set, because I think it's a very, very bad set, and it needs some readjustments if they ever want to do that. My main issue is that, especially with the Manmelter, I think that this is one of the worst flare guns to use with the flog, for reasons that I will explain now, because that is the point of a live commentary. The main reason is that, one, it builds fire worse than other flare guns, which is one of the main things that you need from a flare gun when you are using the Phlogistonator. The detonator and the scorch shot have AoE fire, which means that you can build fire itself much quicker. Oh, hello, friend, with your Wrangler. It means that you can build fire much quicker, and instead have more oomphs, and oomphs are very good, as I explained in the flog video that I recorded about a year ago now. So that's how up to date we are about doing this series. Ooh. And also, the flare gun isn't very good, but as I explained earlier, at least it gives you, you know, consistent 90 damage fire, instead of sometimes 90 damage fire. I'm coming after you. I can burn you down. Yeah, there we go. And now I have oomph, which I can't use, because they're not aggressive. I'll just use it. I'll see if I can find someone. There's a medic over there, I'll get him. Hello, friend. I said I would get you. That was a spy? Why was there a spy disguised as a friendly medic? I'm sorry. Who is that man? Ooh, Scout. One of my least favourite things to fight as a Flog Pyro. Because they can out-DPS me. Hoo-hoo! I think this game's doing a good job of explaining the main weaknesses with this loadout. Is that one, on open points like that, you really have nothing to do. Because you can sometimes do 30 damage chip shots. And then you can run in and die from running at them with oomph. Because, you know, aggressing a man with a rocket launcher, with a flamethrower, probably isn't your best, in your best interests. I also probably shouldn't have killed those people on the car. I kind of want this to go for like at least one more point, so that I don't have to play attack with the Flog, because that's much worse. Defense with the Flog's easier, because there are less sentry. I'm actually going to leave them to it. Never mind, they died anyway. No, please, Cap! Oh. Okay, so now we're on attack, which highlights another issue with this, which is an issue with Pyro in general. You have no way to deal with sentries, I have no way to deal with heavies, I have no way to deal with snipers, and this loadout isn't very good. Basically, the Flog is not good in pubs, because... Oh, I don't think it's really good in pubs, because there are so many people that can shoot you, that realistically, they're going to out-DPS you, even when you have some of the highest DPS in the game. Also, you have no air blast, which means the amount of spam that you get, especially modes like Payload, it's just not very useful for that, because, you know, you can't reflect any of it. And then there's this thing, which has no... It's technically a direct upgrade from stock, but the stock Fire Axe is so bad that even when it's a direct upgrade, this thing is still just bad, because how situational it is. If I hit this man, his pocket will take some damage. But why would I hit him when I can burn him with a flamethrower? I don't know, to be honest. But let's see what happens. Ooh, right, he's going to go over there. There's a sniper over there. I'm going to spam fire at him. Okay, he's going away. There's a man over there. I'm going to retreat back into spawn so that he can't get me, because he's a Demo Knight. I'm going to get some healing from this man. These are the things that you have to think about when you are playing Flog, because you, as much as the weapon incentivizes flailing and screaming, you realistically can't just flail and scream with this loadout, because you need to be able to pick your fights, because you have no air blast, you have no repositioning tool for mid-fights, which is what I use the air blast for. I use it for, oh, that man's too close to me, blast him away. Oh, that scout's there, zoom him into the air. You can't do that with this weapon, but you can take 100 damage from a pipe and then get healed by a medic. There we go, I'm gonna get healed by a medic. And then what you can do is you can oomph and hope that there are some enemies. I probably should have found some enemies first before just oomphing, but alas, here we are. Wasting an oomph isn't the worst thing in the world. You get it back pretty quickly. Especially if there is a man that you can hit with a flare and then WM1 down. Like this weapon is intended to be used for... Oh, hang on. Damn it. Ooh, let's try and burn him down. Okay. Okay, he's going to burn of afterburn? He's going to die of afterburn? He's going to die of afterburn? Yeah, there we go. And now I have oomph, so I'm going to oomph over here, walk towards their spawn, and then this is the good side of this loadout, but if you look, this has literally nothing to do with the Manmelter. This is all the Flog that's doing this. The Manmelter did nothing to that, and I honestly could have done it a little bit easier with something like the Scorch Shot, because I would have been able to build my fire a lot quicker, and I would have been able to reposition myself, and I would have been able to jump around. But no, instead, I have a weapon that is only useful if one of my team are on fire due to a pyro, or some kind of, like, Calmangler, which, again, is such a rarely used weapon, especially the charge shot, that it's not particularly a very good upside. But I can walk towards their spawn door and hope that one of them open it, and instead take a bunch of damage from pills, and then die to a brass beast heavy. That was smart. But, ooh, that loadout. One of the best ways to counter a pyro is just a brass beast heavy. You lose that fight 100% of the time. Another way, if you're being spawn camped, another thing to do, just go sniper, keep throwing Girardi out the door, your team should be able to out-DPS them. And if they can't, that's a problem with your team. But that life showed off one of the good parts of this set, and that is that the Flog can spawn camp. Spawn camping is a legitimate strategy, I've said this for years, and I think that everyone should do it if they can, because, you know, they can't contest the car if they can't even leave spawn. They can't shoot your team if they can't even leave spawn. And I was saying that this weapon is bad for attack, but here we are, you know, proving that, at least right now, if you can get lucky and manage to advance to their spawn door, you can do some nutty things. I love the Flog. I say this a lot, And anyone that knows me and plays this game with me knows that I use the flog quite a lot. Because I think this weapon is incredibly fun. It's not good. He flare punched me! And then I got headshot! Okay, fair. This weapon isn't very good. But, you know. I think it's incredibly fun, and I think that's what the main thing that matters in a set. The set is fun, but it's not useful, so I don't use it. I think I can have a lot more fun with the detonator, and I know I keep talking about the detonator, and just wait until we get until the detonator video in this series, because, ooh, hello friend! Because then I will, that'll be a longer video, because I can absolutely talk about that thing for 1,000 years. I think it's an incredible weapon, and not enough pyros are using it properly. I was gonna say that man, like, they were kicking him because he was doing really well, but I'm top scoring, because I'm spawn camping in all fairness, and I'm using the flog in a pub. This loadout is just very good in pubs, because in pubs, like, anything can work almost. Like, I'm saying this weapon's bad. I do talk from a standpoint as if oh, hello freezing. I do talk from a standpoint of if you're taking this game, or if you're taking the pub a little bit more seriously, this weapon isn't great. Like, if you're messing about on 2-4, then literally anything can work. But if you want to, like, I'm talking about if you want to, like, top score in a pub, then maybe this loadout isn't your best option. Ooh, hello, friend! There you go, a little surf of the rocket there. Missed the flare, because I thought he was going to keep on walking. He didn't, alas. Ooh, there's some men over there, and I want to shoot them. And then not die, please? Thank you. But I did manage to get some fire damage, and then find a very mean man, and then... Oh, am I crits? Oh, why am I crits? Oh, hang on. Medic, can we combo, please? Medic, 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 medic. I was hoping for an Uber, to be honest, so I could push them all. But that's fine. I can just, you know, wait for another oomph. Keep spamming flares at the snipers. Oh, he's using the stupid weapon. That means that I can't set him on fire for long. Never mind, no, it's not. He is, however, just not going back into spawn, which is what I wanted. If you can just keep harassing snipers with flares, then that sniper isn't going to do anything. He's not going to kill your team if he keeps having to go back into spawn, so that he's not on fire. Oh, hello, spy. Where are you going? I know I'm chasing a spy across the entire map, but I need oomph. So do that, because spies for some reason cloak when they get set on fire by a pyro. Honestly, worst thing that you can do, because if you're on fire, if you're cloaked, then you're not shooting the pyro. And shooting the pyro is like the main thing that you want to do to not die to the pyro. Fun fact, if you shoot enemies, they die. And if they are dead, they can't shoot you, and I can get charged by a demo knight. And if you can't tell, I ran out of things to talk about for this loadout, because basically, this weapon's not very good, but it can work in pubs because the flog is so good. I wouldn't use it outside of the flog at all, but besides that, it's still a usable weapon. But I knew this was always going to be the shortest video, because it's the least to talk about. So, thank you so much for watching this video. I ran out of things to talk about this weapon. I promise the next video will be a bit more in-depth, because I can actually talk about it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.